Now I just gotta wait till the actual stream loads. And gotta make sure I can send a link. A link. Do 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 do. Okay. Do 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 do. Just going to make a quick little post, and then we will continue searching for a crew to go to Monkey Island to search for the governor of Melee Island, because she was stolen by LeChuck, the ghost pirate LeChuck. Part 5 is underway. I hope that's the part that makes sense. Anyway, there's that. And then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to wait a few minutes. Also, hello everybody. Thank you for joining me yet again for this crazy adventure that we're going through to save the governor of Melee Island. For most of you who have been following up to this point, we've just gotten to the part where we've seen the ship take off after doing the 3 trials. So now we don't know what to do, but we do know that we have a letter given to us by the lookout, who did absolutely nothing to stop her. And we need to go find some people that will come with us, and then we also need, and I forgot, a ship. So I think for today I'm just going to try to gather the people. And once I gather the crew, then I'll be able to go and we'll get that going. Alright, so of course. Just getting some final things in place so that way that when I actually get going, it's sad, there are some things that you can't really put into place until after you've already started. But that's okay. That's what we're here for. Okay. Let's do this. Alright, so we got the letter. And I just happen to know... Ooh, let me turn this down just a little bit so I don't blow my ears out. There we go. I just happen to know that one of the ones that we can get first is Otis. And he's a little bit tricky, but I think I can do it in one shot. And you can actually go to Otis first and talk to him and be like, hey, look what happened. And he's like, well, a lot of good it does me, Guybrush. I'm in the jail cell. There's not a whole lot I can do. So what you can do instead is do this first instead of having to go and figure it out later. And you can talk to the chef, but all he does is start blubbering about how the governor's gone and she was his best customer and all that stuff. And I could go through that, but I'd really like to spare you the time. I mean, if you want to play the game and go back and see that, that's fine. No, I guess we should go back and find out what he has to say, right?
What's wrong, old sot? The governor is gone. LeChuck and his spectral crew came and got her. They put her on ghost ship and spirited her away. She was so good to me. Always conveniently losing those health board reports. For a small consideration, of course. What will become of my business? Oh, woe is me.
What can I do to save her?
You must get a ship and go after her. That's the only way. Everybody knows that. Don't ask me how. All you need to do is find a way there.
Where can... No, I know the answers to all this, so, yeah, I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna do this. Right off. Get me a drink. Get me a drink. This is supposed to be the clue that you get to know that you can get the grog yourself and do something with it. And, okay, Mr. Old Sot, you want to join me? Want to join my crew, be our chef?
Alas, I cannot go to sea. I'm an old war injury. I'm sure you understand.
I think I said I am an old war injury as opposed to I have an old war injury. Oh, it looks like we have 2 people in the chat. One of them is that Dan fellow. What's up with that guy? Okay. So we don't need this, but I'm going to take it anyway. And hopefully I can do this on the first try. And what happens is that you use the mug and it starts melting. And you have to pass it from mug to mug so you can get it to Otis so you can use it. And here we go. Now I believe that there's 3 animations that that the mug goes through before you run out. So I'm hoping that I can at least get to the end of the stage before I have to do the next one. If it eats all the way through the mug before you transfer it over, you're basically done for. You can't really do a whole lot. I'm going to go ahead and transfer this over now. There we go. And this is really confusing if you don't know what to do the first time. You're like, okay, I can transfer the mugs, but what do I do with it? And I think Otis gives you some kind of inclination that you can do this. Oh, cool. See, I'm going to use it with this one. That was the 3rd animation, by the way. And use it with the lock. You avoid a whole crazy conversation like you would with people named Dan. And then you let Dan out of Canadian jail, and he might help you out.
Oh yeah, thanks. My name's Otis, by the way. If there's anything I can ever do for you...
Well, actually, there is something. I'm looking for brave people to join my crew and sail off to Monkey Island trademark with me to rescue the governor. She's been abducted by the fearsome pirate LeChuck and is being held against her will. You know what? I don't know whether or not it's LeChuck or LeChuck, but everybody seems to have the consensus of LeChuck, so I'll go with LeChuck for now. Oh, sorry, I'm missing the story here.
Well, yes, of course, we must sail to Monkey Island. And, hey! Look behind you, a 3-headed monkey.
Can't believe I fell for that. Now, letting Otis out seems pretty, unfair by itself, right? Because, I forgot about this.
Having just returned from Malay, LeChuck and his crew find their old hiding place in the underground rivers of Monkey Island and drop anchor. Next time on Dragon Ball Island.
Captain, sir, I just stopped by to congratulate you on your kidnapping mission.
Fester, what are you doing there? It was LeChuck the whole time. I knew something was wrong. We had a little trouble. Trouble?
Nothing to worry about, sir. Everything's under control. She escaped a few times, but we've got her locked up in the brig. No one's getting in or out of there.
For your sake, I hope not. With years of planning almost destroyed by my death, I am not taking any chances now.
Why is his nose red?
You took care of Mr. Threepwood, then?
Guybrush Threepwood will not be a problem. At this very moment, he's 20 feet underwater. Probably bloated up like a fattened pig. His eyes being eaten out by crabs, fish pecking at his fingers. Kinda makes you wish you were there to watch.
Ah, yes, sir. Yitch. Sure does at that.
Now go check on the root. Make sure it's locked up tight.
Aye, aye, Captain.
The root, the square root of 64. Go find the 8.
Okay, so we got Otis out. But I hope you guys... Oh, I missed a cool thing. Doggone it. Oh, well. Next time. But you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. Do it anyway. This is an important part of the game. And I think I saw... Oh, I've got to pick it up instead of using it before I pick it up. I saw another member for the crew. I've got to help him out. This guy's still slobbering all over the table. Okay, let's see. Use bug with barrel. And here we go. And I believe this is the only thing... This is the only two things you can do with the grog. I don't think there's anything else you can do with it, to my knowledge. I'm going to use this with this one. One of the things I've said I've always loved about this game is that it has that natural witty sarcasm in it. And the writers, whoever did this, handled everything so brilliantly, especially for a kid who doesn't quite get the jokes yet. You slowly learn the sarcasm of the game. Like, for instance, if you let out this prisoner first, rather than Otis, he says, yeah, of course, save the rat. What about me?
There you go, buddy. Hey, you want to join my...
Ah, see, he's appreciative of it. He's happy about it. So there you go. Did the right thing. Didn't have to. And I even got a souvenir. Extra mug. But yeah, he criticizes you for letting the rat out before him. But I'm kind of on a hurry here, so I gotta move it along. Okay, what do I need? Okay, I already have the chicken. I think the next easiest one is the Swordmaster. And it's a little bit confusing to try to figure out who it is you're supposed to take with you. So at first you start asking everybody, even the people on the street, the guy in the little sitting on the barrel. But then it takes a while, and you're like, well, who are the three people? And for sure, Otis is one of them. That's probably the easiest one to figure out. Swordmaster, you have to think about it like, oh, okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense. She is a sword fighter, so that makes sense that she would want to be a part of the group. So you head out, and you're able to go straight to her. That's my Guybrush traveling sound.
And you say, look here, I need your help.
You already got the t-shirt. What do you want now?
Your face.
I want to embarrass you at sword fighting again. I want us to make up and be friends.
The governor's been kidnapped.
What? That's ridiculous. Oh no. This looks bad. Very bad.
I'm getting a ship together and a crew to go rescue her.
I have a feeling I'm going to regret this, but count me in. I'll meet you at the dock.
And there you go. See, that was pretty quick. Now, the next one is the one that I, as a kid, probably had the hardest time trying to figure out, and there's probably a lot of people that would watch this and be like, why was that so hard to figure out? Was there some sort of mental deficiency? Is there still some sort of mental deficiency? I would argue yes. However, this was probably the hardest one for me to figure out, and it's this area over here, which I have not previously gone to yet, and I will explain why it's difficult. Or at least it was difficult. Go to the shore. What could be at the shore? And this was another one of those places where I could not figure out what to do. I knew that there was a cable here, and I knew that I needed to go to that little house over there, and for the longest time I would go through using, like, I was so desperate I could not figure out what it was. Well, there's a part at the beginning where you go into the fortune teller shop, which I didn't do this game because it's really not necessary. It's just more of like for show thing. But in her shop, you do need the chicken with the pulley on it. And suddenly, hey, zip line over. And I remember when I first figured that out as a kid, I was like, holy crap, it works! It was amazing. So now we go through this nonsense. Just walk into the guy's house. That's what I love about video games. You don't knock, you just walk right in. And then you can... This is where it gets a little bit fun. The game doesn't give you any choice but to insult this guy, unless you get to this point where the governor's been kidnapped. But I think because of the time frame that I have, I'm going to insult him for a while.
Sorry about that, sign's out of date. I used to have a thriving tourist business here.
He's Irish.
I had an animal attacks, tattoo demonstrations, souvenirs. But there were little accidents with one of the trained animals. One of our guests was hurt very badly. So I was shut down, put out of business. And then I lived here all alone. And the only company I have is the same beast that mauled that unlucky tourist. The same beast that made me a hermit. A monster that just by coincidence is identical to the one that attacked me when I was a child. And left me with these hooks instead of hands. A deformed man. Jeez, now I'm all depressed. Thanks a lot. Can't you leave me alone now?
I'm a pirate, Cannonball Head. Who are you?
My name's Meathook.
Little known fact, that's what Dan's name was when I first met him. Meat Hook. It's a little bit odd, I know, but then eventually we start calling him Dan. So then, I think you've got a little hair problem. I don't know what it is about this game that makes you just constantly have to rip into people horribly. This poor guy, he's already had his hands taken away and you're just laying into him even worse. Alright, I think that's it. I just gotta invade my peaceful home and insult me again. Alright.
Well, that's preposterous.
Everybody thinks it's so impossible that the governor gets kidnapped.
Take a look at this note they left behind.
Oh no! This is horrible. What are we going to do?
We could just wait for them to come back. I love that. We become overcome with despair and just give up. We go get a crew together and sail after them, of course. Come on. Jeez. If only we had a captain. I guess this is his way of getting back.
You! Ha ha ha. That's a good one.
Hey, I'm serious.
Really?
Really.
Okay, let's see you prove it. Walk this way.
There's something in here that I want to show you. Something horrible. Something so horrible that I stay awake at night just thinking about it. But I don't mean to scare you.
I'm sure a big brave guy like yourself will have no problem facing this monster.
After all, it's much smaller than the beast that
Bit off my hand so many years ago. Let's just hope you're quicker than I was.
As a kid, this was actually legitimately freaking me out. It was weird, like, well, what is he talking about? I thought it's like a wolf or something. And I think this was the first time that I really understood how, like, unserious this game was. Or not serious this game was. Hold on. Answering a message. Oh, I just have to touch the beast inside, huh? I can do this.
Okay, go ahead. If you've got the guts.
Great show on Nickelodeon. Alright, everybody, here we go. Stand fast. I can't do that. And sure enough, if you look at it, it's a parrot. But it's apparently the murderous winged devil. So we have a lot of choices here. We could tap, tickle, jab, prod, stroke, poke, feel, bother, tease. I'm in the mode for a good tickle. I think he would appreciate a good tickle. You're a brave man after all. You faced the beast I've feared all these years. You had the guts to do what I never could.
I feel like such a coward. I'm not good enough to be on your crew. I'm not even good enough to swab your decks.
Oh, come on, Meat Hook. You're a big, strong, good-looking guy with a great tattoo.
I can make it talk.
Maybe later. You can swap my decks anytime. Aw, see? He's a good captain.
Sure. I can still be in your crew. Just pack your stuff and meet me at the dock.
Wait, I did his voice for Guybrush. My bad. Well, Guybrush is the badass now. He's the guy in charge, so that's cool.
Hey, maybe when I get a chance, we'll see my whole tattoo routine when we're at sea.
Oh, alright. Okay, so now that pretty much concludes getting the crew. I really don't want to have to do the haggling just yet. But, because what you have to do now is that you have to go get a ship, right? And that's a whole ordeal with Stan's previously owned vessels. And, but he's not going to accept whatever it is you have your 172 pieces of 8 to go get. Such a ridiculous currency denomination, pieces of 8. So I think the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to open the safe at the thrift store here, at the little shop with the shopkeeper. Because if you go and you talk to him, which is also a very frustrating thing to try to figure out, you need to get a line of credit from him, but he won't give it to you. So you have to use the idea that you learned from earlier to get him to leave the shop so that you can actually have time to, sneak around his shop and actually get out the letter of credit. Alright, here we go. And I'm probably going to be going for another 15 minutes, and then I'll probably call it from there. Okay, so first things first. Got to get him back here. Now, usually what I do, whenever I can't remember what the combination is, I just kind of, record it and play it back in slow motion, and then just memorize it, and then I'm able to do it. Oh, okay. I may have made a mistake here. So I might actually end this with talking to Stan first, because, I forget, you have to be able to know that you need the line of credit before you get it. So we're going to go talk to Stan first. That piratey bastard. Do. Oh my god. Pressing buttons everywhere. Alright, let's go to the used ship emporium. Oh my god, this guy's insane. This is how I imagine I sound whenever I'm having to give a presentation to people at work. Was flailing my arms like a lunatic.
You want it? I got it. And if I don't got it, I'll get it.
Man, it sounds like the people at Best Buy when you try to go buy a bloody hard drive or a external hard drive. Instead, they want to sell you television and the computer it came with and their cat. You're like, please leave me alone. I'm more likely to buy something from you if you just leave me alone.
Come, take a look around. So tell me, what are you interested in looking at today?
Your mother. Something not too expensive, but built to last. I really don't have that much money to spend. I think this is what I need to say so that he'll generate the line about the credit.
I've got just the boat for you. Walk this way.
Famous Sea Monkey, the only ship that has ever made it to Monkey Island. And come back with anyone aboard left alive. Or should I say anything. You see, the previous owners of this ship were two adventurous pirates. They set off, like many before, to find the legendary secret of Monkey Island. And like many before, they disappeared forever. Their fate, a mystery. Almost as mysterious as how this ship returned to Melee Island without a single human aboard. Some claim it was sailed back by a crew of chimps. Chimps? There aren't any chimps in the Caribbean. Oh, shut up. It makes a good story. Anyway, this baby's mine now. That is, until someone makes me a better offer. How much would you like to spend? $2. Hold on real quick. There we go. There we go. Okay. This is what I need to say to him to generate the credit line, I think. Other forms of financing? I never thought about it. Alright, so I think that's all I need to do to get the storekeeper to show me what the combination to the safe is. Actually, I'd like to go think about it some more. They did such a great job of capturing a used car salesman, didn't they? It's like, as he's explaining this stuff to you and he wants you to make this insanely huge purchase, he's just still impatient and won't leave you alone. Oh god! Came out of nowhere. Ah, that's right. And that compass is very, very important later on in the game. Right. Oh, good God. This is the only part of the game that's a bit annoying because they did such a good job of capturing that sales experience. I think that's why I can't stand actual salespeople. And it's not like it's their fault, right? They're told to be obnoxious salespeople.
Hey, looking at that couch today, I noticed that you had your eye on it. Were you thinking about buying it today?
I just walked into the store. I just came here.
No, but why would you come to a couch store if you're not going to buy a couch?
You also sell furniture. You also sell televisions. You also sell this.
Oh, but you're in the couch section, so...
I've had very painful discussions with sales room people. Very painful discussions because it's like this, they just don't want to go away. Let me see what time it is real quick. Oh, apparently it's 10 o'clock, so I have plenty of time. Still 10 o'clock. Seems like it's always 10 o'clock on this island. I guess that's how they admit that it's weird that it's always nighttime. All right, so Storekeeper's back. Let me get the combination from him, and I'm going to try to break the safe. And if I can, great. If not, I think I'm going to be calling it here in the next 5 minutes or so. I'm interested in procuring a note of credit. Yes, of course they do. Like most people, when they're trying to apply for credit, they lie. See, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I think I can do it on the first try. Let me try. I clean ships over at Stan's used shipyard. Either way, I don't trust you. Ah, well, what's your problem then? Well, I mean, I guess he's right? Now I gotta get him to leave so that he doesn't yell at me for messing with his stuff. So I'll just send him to go see his beloved Carla. Maybe if you asked her one more time.
I guess I could hike all the way over there. Again. Be right back.
Alright, see if I can do this on the first try. If not, we'll try again. So I believe it's pull. Yes. Push. Then pull. 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 Then push. Oh, yeah. First time. Very awesome. Okay, there it is. I, the Honorable and Storekeeper, do hereby take liability for the debts up to the bearer of this note for the amount of 5,000 pieces of 8. Fantastic. Alright, well, I think that's where I'm going to stop for now, guys. Here, showing you how to be a criminal in Monkey Island. Thank you for joining for this stream. Make sure you go and... Oh, crud, I need to save it. Otherwise, it's going to be very frustrating next time. It is now saved. Save. Save. Yes, so thank you for joining us. Have a good day today. It was fun doing this, but I gotta go because I think child is going to wake up from nap pretty soon, and I don't want to get killed by the wife. Make sure to go visit Why Did Ask For's channel on YouTube and check out our other videos. And if you see anything from Dan, make sure you go and tell Dan hello. Have a good day, skeptics, and farewell.